So updating a card isn't actually that difficult because remember we already have the form that we extracted to a partial, which is going to allow us to reuse most of the markup. So let's just start doing this in terms of creating links, and then we'll create all of our routes and things like that. So inside of here, we want to create another if statement down here. This is getting a little bit messy, but it doesn't really matter too much because we're just playing around. I'm going to say if the user is subscribed, I want to provide a link to them for them to be able to update their card details. So inside of here, we want to say update card, and the link that we're going through to, let's just define what we want this to be initially, and then we'll go ahead and create the route for it. I'm going to say this is subscription card. So let's create the route for this. Now we need to make sure that we are subscribed before we actually give the ability to update card. And we could make sure this was not cancelled, but I'm not really too bothered about this. So we're going to say card as the name of the route. We're going to say subscription card, and I'm going to say get card. Cool. So let's create that method on here. Get card. And we're going to return a view. So we'll say view make subscription.card. So let's create that view now. So under subscription, a new file, and we'll call this card.blade.php. And let's just write card in there to test that this works. So we should now have this link because we are actually subscribed. And there we go. So update card. I'm going to hit that. And we get a token mismatch exception because we are asking for cross-site request forgery protection, which we don't need for the get view. So update card, and there we go. So let's start to build out the page where we can update the card. This is super simple. All we really need to do is take the join page that we already have and duplicate it over here. Now, we're not really interested in a user selecting another plan, although you can select other plans with Laravel Cache. It does let you swap plans, but all we want to do here is change the button name to update card. We want to keep the form token. We obviously want to keep the form partial in here, but we want to change this to subscription card, and I think that is about it. So let's just check this out. There we go. So we've now got all this juicy information. We can click update card. And there we go. So we can now just enter our card information and hit update card. And then we can go through to PHP to actually use Cache to update our card and update this on Stripe. So let's do this now. So inside of the subscription controller, we obviously need a post card method. And inside of our route, we need to define this as well. So we can just say post card, and before we want this to do a bit of cross-site request forgery protection, we don't need that, and we can change this to post card. Cool. So let's just check that the token is sent through, which is obviously the most important part of this. So inside of the subscription controller, let's just echo input get token. Remember, we're reusing the JavaScript functionality. We don't need to change a line of code there because we made this so it's reusable. So let's just change this to say an American Express. Paste that in and into the expiry month and year and the CVC and hit update card. And there we go. We're taken through to subscription/card with the token of the card that we can update. Remember, this won't charge your users again, so you might want to just add a message on here telling them that this won't charge them anything. So inside of here now, we don't obviously want to just echo the token. That's going to be useless for the user, but Laravel Cache makes this extremely easy. All we do is access our signed in user, we say update card, and we pass in the token. Like so. And then we want to redirect. So back to the generic subscription page, and we'll give the user a notice just to let them know that they've updated their card. So your card has been updated. So we can keep an eye on this. Remember, inside of the database, it stores the last 4 digits of the card, which you can display to the user if you want to. We're not going to be doing that, but let's just take a look if this does actually work. So let's enter our card number, our expiry month and year, and our CVC, and let's see if this updates our last 4 to 3 zeros and a 5. Okay, so it looked like that did work. So let's head over to SQL Pro. Let's refresh, and you can see that we now get 0005. We can also confirm this within here. If we refresh, we can see the user's card information. At the moment it says Visa, and now it has changed to an American Express, and that's been set to the default card. So that's it. We've now given the ability to update the user's card.